What's up, guys? Special Forces hanging out with Pioneer as usual. And no, I am not Forrest Whitaker. I am Big Kevin, Uncle Salam, the Snowflake Warrior.
Yes, sir. It's Big Kevin, Uncle Salam, the Snowflake Warrior. Y'all know what time it is. Time to do the update on this Palmetto State Armory AR-15 pistol in 5.56 223. A few months ago, I showed you guys the pistol for the first time. Got this one from my wife for Christmas. And we've just done a load of upgrades on it. Okay, let's start with some of the obvious. The Vortex Strike Eagle 1-6 low power valuable optic. This thing is a wonder. I upgraded it from the 6 Alpha Romeo 5 and I had a Sightmark 5x magnifier. This optic is great. It has illumination, but during the day you absolutely do not need the illumination. You could just run it with the extra reticle that's in it. The illumination is more of a nighttime thing. If somebody comes in my home and I'm in the backyard, I need it at night, I can light it up. It gives me a little extra visible, similar to a red dot. But man, if you haven't seen the way these low power valuable optics work, you're really missing out because these things are fabulous. Another upgrade was we got the PSA 2-stage nickel boron trigger. I want to thank Piney for that one. That one was $70, $75 with tax, shipped in about a week and a half. That thing is awesome. It's great, perfect for any firearm that you're going to use to protect your home with, a defensive firearm. Not the greatest for competition, not the greatest for long range shooting, but awesome for something that you're going to have for actual practical uses. And that's what every firearm I build, I am thinking of how can I use this to defend myself. I'm not necessarily a competition shooter, that you can probably tell from watching the videos, but I am someone that is concerned with protecting my home, myself, my family, my community. So I try to keep all my firearms as practical to being able to be used in a self-defense application as possible. I also have the Magpul K2 Plus grip. I love that grip. I put that, or at least the K2 version that's non-rubberized or straight polymer on all of my ARs. It's just, once I put one thing on something and I like it, I try to put it on everything so that the battery of arms is similar in every fashion. I don't want to pick up something and think that I'm using something else and start fumbling around with it. Obviously, if someone's coming into your home, it's going to be a very intense situation. That adrenaline dump happens. You don't want to be trying to manipulate a firearm and thinking you have another one in your hand. So I try to keep everything running as smoothly the same as possible. We have, of course, extended mag drop, the B.A.D lever. Okay, so I do have many family members and friends that were part of the military that were actually deployed, and there's quite a few of them that do not like the B.A.D lever. They think anything inside of that trigger area is just extra. For me personally, I'm not kicking in any doors in Fallujah. I'm not engaging in combat or having the threat of engaging in combat every other day. So using something like this, it actually helps me out to be quicker, a little bit quicker than I normally would, reaching up with my left hand after inserting the mag to drop the bolt or locking the bolt back. It just makes things in life a little bit easier for me. The threat of getting it snagged up, it is all I practice with. It is pretty much all I've known. So because it is all I've known, I've learned to perfect using it. So I have a Strike Industries extended latch charging handle. Picked it mostly because it was red, and all the red accents started when someone sold me the anti-walk rotation pins that are by K&S, and those pins were red. They were selling them because they were red. He sold them to me for $20. They normally cost $35 to $40. So I jumped on that, had this one little red accent. Piney said, hey, I got this Strike Industries Foregrip on there. I had a black one. He said, hey, put this red Strike Industries Foregrip on there. Bam, now I got 2 accents of red. The Odin Works quick detach plate right there. And the Strike Industries charging handle came as a package deal. I got those for $15. A guy was changing his AR from red to blue. So he sold that to me. They were perfect condition still, no chips, no cracks, no bends. The paint wasn't scraped at all. So I was like, hey, you barely used it? I'll put it to use. So now we got a bunch of red accents on my AR pistol. I think it looks good. So here's a quick look at how my AR pistol used to look. Wasn't too shabby, actually was very functional, liked it a lot. Just had a couple of upgrades in mind that I wanted to make, so we brought it a little bit more up to date. If you haven't checked out that video, go check that video out, guys. But back to the new one. Okay, so now let's touch on some of the upgrades I have yet to do. What I would like to do is take this from a 10.5 to an 11.5 inch barrel, looking at BCM, but might have to settle for a ballistic advantage. Just that price difference might kick my butt a little bit. I like budget-friendly firearms. I mean, of course, I would love to be able to spend more, but it's the difference between $120 and $300. So looking more towards $120, obviously going to put a little bit better muzzle brake on it, compensator, and probably a flash forward on top of that. So that's one thing I'm going to change. I'm going to need to change my BCG, my bow carrier group in my boat. Looking for something a little more nickel boron and a nice titanium bow. Want something that I know is going to last, something that I know is going to hold up. And other than that, there's not too many other things that I want to change on this firearm. Oh, I would also like to add something like some Magpul Pro backup sights. The backup sights I had on there before, I had some cheap Trinity Force backup sights, but they were too thick and they could not fit on with the optic. So I'm going to need something a little more reliable. I know they're a little bit more expensive, but at least I'm going to need to make the back one be that so that it can fit with the optic. That was one problem that I did have. Obviously, the failure rate of this optic being that I'm not running through the deserts of Afghanistan, or I'm sorry, the mountainous terrain of Afghanistan or the deserts of Iraq, I don't think that there's going to be too big of a chance of me having an optic that fails. If shit hits the fan and we're stuck in a situation, I mean, come on. Look at how pudgy I am around the midsection. How long am I really going to last? Anyway, that's the PSA 10.5 inch AR pistol, our update. I love this weapon. Although when I bought this firearm, my wife bought it for me for Christmas, it was $400. They're now selling for $360. Although in December when I bought mine, they were not charging tax, and now they are, so which brings your total up to $390. All right, guys, have fun out there. Be safe.
Greens, potatoes, tomatoes. You name it.
Nuh-uh, you don't do that. I'm a grown-ass man.